Hi guys, I'm White Up Gamer and today we're going to do a Q&A. Now this is to celebrate reaching 500 subscribers, which I can't believe I've actually reached, so thank you so much for doing that. I reached out to you all on my Twitter page and I did a little video last week which I posted up and asked if you had any questions you wanted to ask me. Then send them in to me and I'll put them up and answer them in this video. So that's what we're going to do today. So, excuse me. Also, thank you everybody that sent messages and just congratulate me for hitting 500 subscribers, and thank you everybody for sending questions in for me to answer, because I didn't think I'd actually receive that many. But we'll start with the first one, which is probably the simplest one about the channel, which is by the Dino, who asks, here's a simple one: why the name White Up Gamer, and what are your rankings of the Jurassic Park films? Now, first of all, I called myself White Up Gamer because I did basically used to have a white chin. I didn't used to dye it grey as it was. It just developed that way, and I've decided to dye it my whole beard because it was put me down a little bit, and I felt like it put quite a few years on me in terms of age. I was only 32, and I dyed it just to make myself feel a bit better. So you can see it's dark again now. I'm not going to hide it from anybody. It's not like a big thing or nothing. I'm quite open about it, and that's why it's called White Up Gamer, because I started it off as a gaming channel, like a variety gaming channel, and it developed into like a dinosaur and Jurassic channel because it's something that I've loved since I was a kid, and that was the way we're heading. He also asks my rankings of the Jurassic Park films. Now, it's quite a toss-up between a couple of films, but generally I would go Jurassic Park as number 1, Jurassic World as number 2, but based on how it made me feel when I came out of the cinema, it's got to be number 2. Then I will go The Lost World at number 3, Fallen Kingdom at number 4, and Jurassic Park 3 at number 5. And that's not to say that the final 2 are good films. Jurassic Park 3 isn't, but I enjoy watching it for what it is, and with the recent discovery of what Spinosaurus is actually like, it makes it a little bit more hilarious of what they actually depicted the Spinosaurus as. But it's a decent film. You would sit down and watch it. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and it ends very abruptly, but as a film, I'll sit down and enjoy it. So thank you, Dan up at the Dinosaur, for sending me that question. Next one is sent in, if I can find it, because I put them in a certain order. It was from Jurassic Unicast, and they asked, are you going to change your name to Black Tip Gamer now that the white is gone? I have to laugh at that. No. It's still going to be White Up Gamer. I don't know how long I'm going to keep dyeing this beard for, depending on how much of a pain in the arse it becomes. It's just what I call myself, White Up Gamer. It's going to say White Up Gamer, even if I don't have any tip beard at all, whether it be black tip, grey tip, red tip, whatever, it's still going to be White Up Gamer. But it was funny, so thanks for sending that to me, guys. That did make me chuckle. We've got everything Jurassic Park next, and they say, congratulations on reaching that milestone, my friend. What's your favourite scene in the entire Jurassic series so far, and why? It's an easy one to answer, and it is the breakout scene from Jurassic Park, the T-Rex breakout scene. I just think the way it's shot, there's no music at all in it, and it's just atmospheric, and it's all the environment and the sound of the T-Rex and everything, and I just think it's probably the best shot film in the whole of the best shot scene in the whole franchise. Not just the way it is, the whole kind of sequence of the T-Rex breaking out to him pushing the car over the cliff and stuff like that, I just think is kind of the epitome of filmmaking. I think it's absolutely fantastic, and I could literally watch that scene all day, every day for the rest of my life and never get bored. The mix of CGI and animatronics, as well as not quite flawless, but it's pretty damn close. We all know the inconsistencies between the T-Rexes and the franchise, but I'm not going to go into that. But I just think it's a goddamn good scene to watch, and that is my favourite sequence in the whole Jurassic series. So I have Astro Raptor on YouTube asked me a couple of questions actually. So it says, your favourite game, my favourite animal, even if I have a little idea, and have you ever considered doing a tippy? This would be cool. And what was my job? And what could I make a video where you show your objects related to dinosaurs? Okay, so my favourite game, that is a really hard question to answer in terms of what is my favourite game ever. I don't even know if I can answer it, to be honest. I can give a list of what my favourite games are that I have played. I can give them a list of, say, 5 that I really enjoyed. Metal Gear Solid, the original Metal Gear Solid, was probably up there. Uncharted 2, I think, is probably one of the best games I've ever played. I played that for, I think, several hours without realising the time. I ended up checking the time and it was like midnight when I picked that up on release day. The Witcher 3 is a brilliant game. There's so many good games. The original Mass Effect, the first Mass Effect, was fantastic as well. As you can probably tell, I like kind of RPGs and action games as well. There's so many to choose from. I don't think I have like a definitive favourite game ever, because there's been so many that I've played over the past leading 25 years. But there's like top 3 there ish. There's probably more that I'll probably think of later on down the line in terms of my favourite games. So Metal Gear Solid, Mass Effect and Uncharted 2 would be probably in the top 10 somewhere. Right, we have Mike Farm, a good friend Mike Farm on Twitter, who's asked me what is my favourite Ray Harryhausen. Is that how you say it? I'm not entirely sure. Film. Now, I had to Google who this guy was. I know you're a big fan of a Mike, but I wasn't quite familiar on what films he's been involved in. And I had to say, growing up, there was a film that I watched probably when it was on every year, as I didn't know he was involved in. Obviously, if you don't know, he was involved in stop motion animation and quite a big kind of person in that. And Jason and the Argonauts, basically, grew up watching that and it was on every year, and I absolutely adored it. It's a film. I've not watched it for years, so I'll have to see if it's on somewhere and watch that again. But that is probably my favourite film that he's been involved in. Some of the others I'm not entirely sure, because I'm not a massive, I'm not saying massive fan, because that's quite wrong, but I'm not familiar with all of his work, if that makes sense. So I can't kind of give you a definite answer on what stuff it is, but I definitely really enjoyed Jason and the Argonauts when I was growing up. So next is from Beer, Bourbon and Games, my old friend on YouTube. And he asked me if I could tame any dinosaur, what kind would it be and what would I name it? Now, through playing Ark, we tamed pretty much everything in there. But in terms of dinosaurs, what would I tame and what would I call it? I probably should have thought about this before it came on, because I've had plenty of time to look at this and think about what would I actually tame. I would probably tame, or try to tame a T-Rex. That's probably been my favourite dinosaur since I've been growing up, and I would just probably end up calling it Rexy because of of Jurassic Park. It sounds incredibly boring, and it probably is, but that's probably what I would do. I've always had a soft spot for Dimetrodon, even though technically it's not a dinosaur as well, because that fascinated me because it was so different. I'll go get the T-Rex and call it Grimlock, because I also loved Transformers growing up as well. So there we go, I'll call it the T-Rex and I'll call it Grimlock. Next up is another one from Mike, Mike Farm, and he asked, what pets would I love to own? One exotic, one common that you have not owned before, an extinct animal from any time period. So in terms of, one exotic animal, one common animal I've not owned before, and an extinct animal from any time period. In terms of exotic animals, this one probably would be the easiest one to answer because we're into exotics at the moment. But it's probably not because there's so much choice. In terms of common, I'd probably just say dog because we didn't really have a dog growing up. We always had cats. And I love our cat that we've got now, even though he is a massive bellend. We recently, my family, I'll say recently, it was nearly about 10 years ago now, we got a collie cross called Tammy, and she's lovely. So in that sense of way, I probably would go for a dog. We wouldn't get one yet. We just haven't got the time for a dog, taking it for walks and stuff. It just wouldn't be great. We're living in a flat as well. We'll potentially moving into a house soon. But at the moment, we live in a flat. We both work. I work 5 days a week. She works 3, plus she works long hours. So ideally, we just haven't got the time to take a dog for a walk and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be fair on it. An extinct animal. Oh God. Again, that's a tough one, because there's so many. What would it be? I'd probably say kiwi, maybe. That's extinct. Through overhunting and stuff, but it was basically lived on one island. Was that Tasmania? I'm not entirely sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But maybe like a kiwi or something, because they're cute and there probably wouldn't be that much hassle. Flightless bird. And call it kiwi because it's a cute name anyway, so I'll call it a kiwi. In terms of exotic animals, there's so many. There's literally so many. Which I could go, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. But I'd probably say some sort of like monitor lizard or something. That would be really cool. And you can get them as well. There's one in the reptile shop that we go to. Well, there was one last time I went in. They had like a small monitor lizard, but it'd be pretty awesome, I think. Dangerous, vicious, with sharp teeth and claws. I think I'd go for some sort of monitor lizard. I think that'd be pretty cool. And the way the hell you keep it, I don't know. Going back to everything Jurassic Park, and they've asked me what inspired me to start making YouTube channels or YouTube videos. And he corrects himself in the next one. What's my favourite character in the Jurassic Park series, and how did I get into dinosaurs in Jurassic Park? What inspired me to make YouTube videos, I think, was just we were watching a lot of YouTubers, and I just thought it would be a pretty interesting thing to do and try and make videos and try and entertain people. Like I said earlier, it started off as like a variety gaming channel, so I play all types of different stuff. That was inspired by the likes of Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and all the big YouTubers that you find. And then we kind of got onto Game & Beaver, and he was probably the first Jurassic YouTuber we started watching. And that kind of encouraged me to venture into Jurassic stuff and dinosaurs and stuff, because like I said, I've always had a passion for dinosaurs and Jurassic Park, and what would be better than talking about stuff that you're passionate about and something that you've always loved. So I thought, rather than just being a variety gaming channel, I would do dinosaur stuff and Jurassic stuff and talk about it, because it's something that I've always loved, and that's why I've met some of you incredible people in the Jurassic community, like Tom Jurassic, who we've met up with several times down in London, Swerve, who does Jurassic World Evolution, yourself, everything Jurassic Park, Jurassic Unicast, and so many people that I couldn't even mention who've kind of welcomed me into this community. And it's been incredible to be kind of slowly grow as a channel and meet so many amazing people within the community, and it's just, yeah, it's that's what basically inspired me. Seeing people on the telly and going, you know what, I'll have a go. That was basically it. My favourite character from the Jurassic Park series, I would probably have to say Alan Grant, with Malcolm a very close second. Grant's just someone that I kind of have an affinity towards, because when I was growing up I wanted to be a paleontologist, and he was the paleontologist that I aspired to be like. And it doesn't kind of help that Sam Neill has the same surname as me, so I was like, yeah, he's related to me somewhere down the lines. So he's my favourite character in the Jurassic franchise, and I can't wait to see him back in Dominion. It's going to be really, really interesting, and he posts some awesome stuff on the internet as well, like on Twitter and Instagram. So yeah, I still admire him to this day. He's one of my favourite people. How did I get into dinosaurs in Jurassic Park? I explained a lot of this in one of my other videos, my Jurassic story, which I shared how I got my passion for dinosaurs and stuff, but I'll explain it again, and I can't really explain where it come from, but I just remember having some sort of weird fascination with them growing up when I was very, very young, and we started picking up a dinosaur magazine from the shop every week or month. We'd build up, that would be full of like dinosaur facts and stuff like that, but you'd also collect little pieces of like this skeleton, that T-Rex skeleton, which you glow in the dark, and it also came with the skin eventually, and you build this T-Rex up, and that's kind of like pushed me to just be interested in dinosaurs. And then Jurassic Park came out when I was about 7 or 8, and it blew my mind, and it just kind of, the gist of it is, I can't remember not being fascinated by dinosaurs. And this is what it's so hard to explain, because it wasn't like, I know some people got into dinosaurs through Jurassic Park, but for me, I've always just kind of had that fascination with dinosaurs, and Jurassic Park just kind of escalated that, and here we are now, so many years later, 30 years later nearly. And I've got from Mike Pierce, who was one of the creators of Jurassic Explorer, probably my favourite Jurassic Park game, Jurassic World game. And he says, what is one thing you really like about yourself? Don't be humble, we all deserve some self-love. And this is a hard one, because everyone has insecurities, and everybody has things about their body that they don't like, and things about themselves that they don't like. So answering these sorts of questions can be very tough, especially for some people who suffer with like the likes of depression and anxiety and stuff like that, and they can't seem to find anything they like about themselves. So in a weird way, I encourage you to find things that you like about yourself, because you should do. You should love yourself first and foremost, because everybody deserves, like Mike says, we all deserve self-love, and you should love who you are as a person, and not necessarily love your body, because everyone's body changes and stuff like that, but just love yourself for who you are, because you are you, and no one else can be you. So that's my 2 cents on that. In terms of something I really like about myself, I feel like I'm quite empathetic, probably to the extreme. I cry at most things involving animals. I have more empathy towards animals than people. And in terms of my appearance and physical appearance, I like my tattoos, which weren't there since I was born, but I like my tattoos. But I like my eyes. I've got quite light blue eyes, and I like them. I think that's it. In terms of questions, that was the last question. But to end this video on a positive note, you really, really should love who you are. And as much as everybody likes to think that they would change a lot about themselves, if you change so much about yourself, then you're not going to be you. And yeah, just love who you are. I think that's the gist of what I'm trying to say. But thank you so much for everybody that sent me questions in. Thank you so much for everybody that supported the channel over the past couple of years. And hopefully we can go a lot further with this and get more subscribers and maybe hit 1,000 one day. That would be incredible. But thank you for all your love and support over the past couple of years. And we'll continue to make videos and stuff like that in the future. This video can't be 20 minutes long. That's a long time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave a like. Any other questions you want me to answer, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll happily answer them. And of course, if you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.